Good morning, Discovery, and welcome to Phoenix News. My name is Allie.
And I'm Melissa.
Today is March 6, 2020.
Coming up today, we have many topics to cover.
We will bring you an interview with Discover's school counselor, Miss Ross, to learn about teenage anxiety and exercises that can help you keep a healthy mind and body.
Additionally, we will continue our series about Discovery student clubs by interviewing the founding members of the Gender Sexuality Alliance. But first, we have some important events going on in the community. Today is First Friday in downtown Camas from 5 to 8 p.m. The theme is Go Green. There will be hidden leprechauns around each business stand. For every leprechaun you find, you will be able to win a prize. A nonprofit will be there to help promote green schools and businesses in order to help the environment.
Camas School District is preparing for the Great Chromebook Exchange. Starting next week, our neighbors and friends, Camas High School, will trade in their 3-year-old devices for new ones. The following week, on March 16th and 17th, it will be Discover's turn.
I, for one, am excited about the exchange. My Chromebook is 4 years old. No doubt these new devices will be faster and more reliable.
Basic information about the Chromebook Exchange is currently displayed on everyone's Chromebook home screen.
But there are still a lot of unanswered questions. For more information, here is our school media specialist, Mr. Matson.
Hi guys, I'm Maureen Tony and I'm with Mr. Matson talking about the Chromebook Exchange and some certain questions that were getting answered because I know some of us are probably confused. So first things first, what are the Chromebooks, what are they going to look like?
So the Chromebooks that you're going to get this year are going to look pretty much identical to the Chromebooks that you currently have. They're a newer model. The biggest changes you're going to see is instead of having power chargers that you see now, they're going to have USB-C chargers, so a few different types of connections. They don't have an HDMI port, so we'll have some adapters so you can still plug into TVs and projectors. And they have a touchscreen display is what I've been told.
Okay, so one more question. For those of you who didn't know, you can buy your previous Chromebook for $50 during the exchange. Can you please give us a rundown of how that will work?
Yeah, so each grade level has been assigned a certain day for the exchange. When you come for the exchange, you're going to want to make sure that you bring your Chromebook with all of the stickers taken off of it. You're going to want to make sure that you have your power cable, and you're going to want to make sure that you have your case. Anything that's missing or any damage to the device, you will get a fine at that time. And any devices that are in perfect condition, no fines at all. If you decide that you want to purchase your old Chromebook, make sure you bring a check or cash for $50 and you'll just pay for it right then and there, and you'll be able to walk out with your Chromebook. If you purchase your Chromebook, it's no longer supported by Camas School District, so you won't be able to get any tech support. If the screen breaks, it's on you and your family. It also will no longer have all of the student blocks on it that you have now. It won't work on the school Wi-Fi anymore, only on the guest, so there's some kind of gives and takes when you decide to purchase it.
This week we continued our series on mental health. Anxiety is a common mental issue affecting high school students.
The definition of anxiety is often misinterpreted, but our school's counselor, Ms. Ross, can help.
It's 2020, and even though it's a new year, it looks like we haven't gotten rid of old habits. It's the end of the semester. Aggravated situations going on in other countries, global warming, seasonal depression. It's no wonder that we've been feeling a lot of anxiety this year. But luckily for you, we've got a bunch of different ways we can combat that this year.
So anxiety is very complicated, and I think in our society today we use anxiety to address a lot of different feelings. If you can pinpoint to an external source, then it's probably more fear. And all of a sudden we're doing whatever, and all of a sudden you just are breathing heavily and you're freaking out, maybe you start crying, shaking, breathing from the chest. So that would be an example of spontaneous anxiety. It impacts different facets of your body. But across the board, you would have to get a doctor's diagnosis. I think a lot of us actually are experiencing kind of common, normal, everyday fear. So if somebody has anxiety and is having an anxiety attack, and you go back to the reassuring, you're safe, you're okay. Can you take a deep breath? Try to slow your breathing down. I talk a lot about box breathing, where you take that big breath. So you close your eyes, you visualize a square. On one corner, you take that big breath, and then as you're taking that big breath, you draw a line to the next corner, hold it for a count of 4, draw a line, let it out for a count of 4, come down, and then for that next line, you just really relax your head, rock it back and forth, relax your shoulders, try to relax your jaw. Take a student for a walk. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Touch different textures. If you're at school, getting them to the nurse's office or getting them to the counseling center, student center, to finally get the brain to say, okay, you're right, you are safe.
1 in 3 kids suffer from anxiety disorders and is a pretty common one, affecting over 3 million Americans. The new year is off to a really stressful start, but that doesn't mean we can't fight back. If you follow all of these exercises and put your mental health first, it should be a pretty good year.
The perks of being in a new school and having students with different backgrounds, histories, and ideas gives us the opportunity to build new clubs from the bottom up.
One of the ways students have been doing this is through the Corporation of Student-Run Clubs.
This includes clubs like esports and the newly approved GSA.
Hey Alyssa, what is GSA?
GSA stands for Gender Sexuality Alliance. It's a place for people to gather and exist in a place where they can feel safe.
A new club has been approved and will be meeting every Wednesday and Friday at lunch in the collaboration room looking over the learning stairs. The GSA was started by Elena Chaudhry, Alexa Hughes, and Austin Heil. The GSA is a club that provides a safe and supportive environment for people of the LGBTQ+ community. Studies have shown that GSA clubs have a positive impact on student studies, mental health, and social lives. So it is important that we support our school's GSA and the people who are a part of it. Now for our guests, 2 of the people who started the GSA, Elena and Alexa. With me are Elena and Alexa, 2 of the 3 founders of the GSA. Welcome! Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Let's get into some questions, shall we? Why did you start the GSA?
For one, Alexa comes from Skyridge and I come from Odyssey, so we both come from 2 different schools, but we actually went to 7th grade together in Skyridge, and we noticed that, hey, where's the GSA? So
Right.
We felt like we needed to create a safe space for
students in the LGBTQ+ community.
this would be a good idea because for a lot of people, school is not a safe space. It should be, but it's not.
Yeah, and
so we decided to create a safe space.
And a lot of people aren't out to their family at home. I'm not out to my family at home, really. So, we thought it would be best to create like a space for people who are here to at least have somewhere where they can be fully themselves.
When is it?
We'll be meeting on Wednesdays and Fridays during lunch, so it's open to anyone, really. Anyone can come. We're hoping that Wednesdays will be more serious, structured days, while Fridays are more of something for people to come and hang out. So if you want to check that out, that'd be great. We'd love to have you here.
Now to Connor for the weather.
Days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter. March 8th, the daylight savings time begins. That means you set your clock an hour forward. On March 19th, there's an equinox beginning. That means 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. The equinox marks the first day of spring. With spring comes spring showers and sunnier days. You can also expect warmer temperatures. The week's high is 59 and the week's low is 31. If you go outside, make sure you bring a hoodie or a jacket, or maybe even an umbrella. I really, really don't recommend that you walk your cat in this weather. Back to you, Allie and Alyssa.
Thanks, Connor.
We couldn't end today's episode without addressing an important public health issue unfolding across the world and in our state, the coronavirus.
According to the World Health Organization, the coronavirus is known to cause respiratory infections.
Symptoms include fever, tiredness, and dry cough. Some patients may have aches and pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, or diarrhea.
Though there has been cases of the coronavirus in Washington state, none have been reported in Southwest Washington or Kansas.
Dr. Robert Redfield, director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, said, "I just want to echo again that the risk is low. The risk is low. I encourage Americans to go about their life."
Just like any other disease, the Center for Disease Control provides 5 simple steps that you can take to protect yourself and prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
Step 1. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds.
Step 2. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands.
Step 3. Avoid contact with people who are sick.
Step 4. Stay home while sick and avoid close contact with others.
Step 5. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing, then throw the tissue in the trash and wash your hands.
Well, that's the news for today.
In case we don't see you,
Have a good morning
a good afternoon,
and a good night. I'm Allie.
and I'm Melissa.
Rise, Phoenix!